Wow, it's working, finally. Hello, everyone. This is Eric from Etiquette for what feels like the first live stream in ages. Yeah, last week something bad happened. I tried to do the live stream and I was trying to sort out the sound, but it didn't work. And eventually I did the live stream, but no one was there except Christina. So now finally I'm on and it's so good to be back. Hi, if you're on, please say hello. I've missed you all. Yeah, so I decided to go on a little bit earlier to make sure that it works. Hello, everyone. If you join, it's so nice to see you. Please say hello. If you've got any questions, if you want to talk about anything, just put it in the comments below. Yeah, so I'm just zipping up. So I came up a little bit earlier just to start talking and to make sure everything works well because, well, yeah, I didn't want there to be any mistakes again. You know, it was so disappointing. I had a really good topic last week that I wanted to talk about, and then nothing happened. Yeah, so I've been super busy lately, but I'll get into that in a little bit. First, hi, Zamar. How you doing, Zamar? Hi. Hey, I was going to say hi. Yeah, I've been so, well, first, let me introduce today's topic. Today's topic is actually going to be about energizers that you can use in the classroom. Energizers are when, you know, the students don't have a lot of energy and you want to pick them up, and you can use it at different times. It's called something different in many places. We call them energizers. Sometimes we can call them warm-ups for when you start the class. I think in England they call them stirrers, where it means that you stir up the kids. Samar, how are you doing today? Guys, if you're new, just put in your comments, say hello if you've got any questions. Is the sound okay, Samar? Can you hear me? Yeah, so actually before I start with today's topic, I'm just going to continue talking. I'm starting this video a little bit earlier. I said I would put it out at 10 o'clock, but I think I really want to make sure it works because I hate disappointing people. Have you ever felt that before where, you know, you really work hard because you don't want to lose other people's faith, you know, something like that? So for me, like last week, for example, I had this great idea and I was super relaxed. And then when things didn't work, I was very stressed about it. Oh yeah, thank you so much, Samad. Actually, it's interesting. Um, I think I think it's the topic itself. You can see a lot of people talking about it, and so I decided I wanted to double down on it, and I'll make a video every day about Zoom. And yeah, a lot of I think a couple of the videos kind of took off, and also it's thank you, yeah. Uh, so I think it's also the topic is really popular, and also the fact that I was posting every day. Actually, YouTube promotes videos that does that every day. So I'll start making some more videos in the near future. I think Zoom is a very good platform. Actually, it's something I wanted to talk. How about you? Have you tried Zoom? Actually, it's something I want to talk about. So I told myself that I would make a video every day, and obviously I haven't. And the reason for that is that I've been busy making an online course with Christina all about Zoom. We're making a course and we're going to put it out onto Udemy. Udemy is a course website where you can go and do courses. So I've just been learning about Zoom, making videos for the course, and hopefully once I'm done with that, I can bring out the videos onto. Oh, you have? See, that's fantastic, Zamad, because you know, a couple of months ago, I started learning about online teaching. I wanted to talk about it, and instead of talking about online teaching, I started making videos about other teaching related topics. And I'm really disappointed that I didn't continue talking about online teaching. Yeah, so you've used it for many years. How long has Zoom been out? You know, it's weird. I think a year ago, my dad sent me a message and he said, Eric, you should try out Zoom. And I said, Dad, I've never heard of Zoom. And it's only a couple of months ago I started looking into video conferencing tools, and I found Zoom, and it's actually super popular. And now, obviously, with the pandemic, the virus, a lot of people need to start using video conferencing for business, for education, or just to talk with family. So a lot of people are using it. What are you using it for? Are you using it for teaching? Are you using it more than 5 years? Man, I really missed out. Zamara, you should have told me about it earlier. Yeah, no, that means you're an expert. Yeah, there's actually, I'm making a course on Zoom and I feel I'm maybe 80 or 90% comfortable with it, but there are some questions that I have about it. Do you have the pro platform, or have you always been using the free platform for Zoom? Yeah, so for teaching, yeah. Are you teaching elementary school students? What level are you teaching? Because recently, I've been getting a lot of questions about teaching online, and I teach adults. I teach university students, so it's a lot different for me because I know the students understand me, and I think I would be okay with any level up to elementary school. But when it gets to a lower level, that's where people, yeah, it's a free platform. It's way better that way. I think it's easy to teach students that that can understand, and you can play word games with them. You can ask them questions. You can put them into groups, and you know that they'll actually do what you ask them to do. University students, same. Um, but when it comes to really young students, I think that might be more difficult. So I'm going to learn a little bit more about how to teach very young students online. Yeah, the university students actually, I would be really interested to see how your classes go, if you don't mind. Um, I see some teachers actually, especially someone like you who's been doing it for years. I would love to see how your classes go, if it's okay with you. Um, because I see some teachers actually suggesting, hey, how about we visit each other's classes and we can put off the video and just kind of, watch how each person does it. Because so what happened on Thursday? On Thursday, I was busy doing. Hi guys, if you're here, put in a like. Zamara and we're just talking about online teaching with Zoom. So if you have any questions or you have any feedback, please put it in there. So yeah, Zamara. On Thursday, I got all these messages from friends and colleagues asking me, Eric, how are you teaching online? And I said, and it was right before one of my classes, and I said, okay, let's make a video. And I started recording myself, and I started explaining everything I do in the classes. And I said, hey, watch my class. And we went into my class, and I thought I recorded everything. And you know what? It's one of those classes where everything just clicks, everything goes really well. And at the end of the video, I stopped the video. It was 1 hour and 30 minutes. Hi guys, if you're new, please say hello, put in your name. If you have a question, please put it in there. I started a little bit earlier today, but Samara and I were just talking about this. Yeah, so I took a video, an hour and a half, about how to teach online, and I showed an actual class. And when I went back and I looked at the video, the audio wasn't working. So I was super disappointed after that. Okay, yeah, guys, if you have any questions today, I'm going to talk about energizers for younger students. I'll probably start in a few minutes. I'm just chatting. So if, yeah, who's out there, say hello. If the sound's working okay. Last week, the video didn't work very well, so I started a little bit earlier today. Oh, Ali, hi. A few days ago, I'll have to check. I'll quickly go in, Ali. A few days ago, you mean, let me see. I'll double check now. Yeah, Ali, how are you doing? Maybe it went to spam. Let me see. A couple of days ago, Ali, it's to my Yahoo platform. Is it the one? Did I reply to it? Let me see. EOWESCH@yahoo.com. Ali, this one? Is this the one it used? Yeah. Yeah, so by the way, guys, I'm just talking about what I've been busy with right now. My videos have been doing really well on Zoom, so I'm going to continue making videos for Zoom. But first, I'm busy creating a Zoom course for Udemy. I'm working with Christina, the lady from Plan for Fun ESL that I've been working for before. So we're making a quick course one. I wrote about our school. Really? Ali, did you send it to that email address? I'm looking here, but I don't see anything. And I looked in spam. It's also, oh, here. Oh, yeah, Ali. Sorry, for Istanbul. Yeah, I remember. Sorry. A few days ago. This is already almost 2 weeks ago. You know, that's how time flies. That's what I thought. I thought a few days ago. I didn't get anything a few days ago, but 2 weeks ago. Yeah, Ali, have I replied back to you yet? I sent the first message. Right. So I sent the first message and you sent it back to me. I haven't replied again. Yeah, no, I'm definitely interested in going there. Like I told you before, one of my best friend actually is Turkish, and I've always been meaning to go and visit there. So yeah, once I have some certain plans for summer vacation, I'll be able to tell you. But right now, you know, no, all the airlines are closed. Nobody's traveling around. Hopefully, things are better come summer, and then I'll be able to see that. You know, another thing we can also consider, I think, with things happening, it would be if it's not possible to meet in real life, it would be interesting to do a webinar of some kind. Because actually, recently, another reason I'm very busy is I'm doing online seminars. I'm basically doing webinars, and I'm busy preparing because I've got a webinar on Friday with Mexican teachers about reading for toddlers. It's they sent me, so the company sent me all these this book series they have for toddlers. Yes. Where's the funny one? There's a monster. All these great. Oh, this is the one I wanted to show you. Yeah. So all these different books. My Potty. And I'm going to do a seminar on how to teach toddlers and how to help teachers teach reading. So I've been researching that. I've been learning about that. So I'm going to do a webinar on that on Friday. Don't tell my boss, but I'm not ready yet. I'm still busy, you know, researching, planning, and I'm supposed to make a PPT for that. Okay, yeah, I think it's 10 o'clock. Welcome, everyone. If you're here, just say hello. If you've got any questions, you can just ask. You can him at communication. Okay, excellent. Yeah, Ali, I'm sorry I haven't replied again to that. I thought I did, but I'll definitely send you a message. I'm very interested. And yeah, I'll ask him about in which area you are. Maybe he knows the city very well. Sure, I can do that. Yeah, and by the way, how is your school doing? Are you affected by this whole coronavirus thing? You're in Istanbul, right? Let me double check. Yeah, your school's details. Yeah, you're in Istanbul is a very large city. There are a lot of people. How is your school doing? Because here in Korea, there are a lot of things going on. For example, a lot of schools are moving to online. A lot of schools, they're not paying their teachers because obviously they're not making money, so they're not paying the teachers. I know in Korea it's okay. I think the most schools are still taking care of their teachers and they're teaching online. But I've heard of other schools in Vietnam where a lot of English teachers have lost their jobs because there's just no work, and a lot of them are stuck there. They don't have enough money for a return ticket to South Africa, or most of the flights have been cancelled. So you know, a lot of them are stuck, and it's a difficult situation for many people. Yeah, hello everyone. Put your name down there. I'm going to start talking about today's topic now. First, I want to say thank you so much for joining. I know I haven't done a live stream. Last week there was a problem and I was super sad about it, but now it's good to see you. Okay, your schools are closed and you're teaching online. Are you teaching online using Zoom or how are you teaching online? Actually, I think it's such an important topic. There goes the focus. You know, a lot of people are actually arguing against online teaching. They're saying, you know what, it's just not the same. A lot of old teachers, they're very resistant to learning new skills and starting to do online teaching using Zoom, right? Actually, like I said, I'm bringing out a course on how to use Zoom, and in the future, in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to just talk about activities and ideas for using Zoom for online teaching. So stay tuned for that. But the thing is, a lot of teachers at our university, for example, they've got the option. They have to have online classes, but most of them, all they're doing is they are pre-recording lessons or ideas or homework, and they send it to the students. And I think that's a very bad idea. I think using Zoom or teaching online, it's a new skill teachers need to learn. I mean, a couple of years from now, if you want to go for a job interview, they're going to ask you, okay, I'm just looking at my eyes. I'm really getting old, guys. It looks bad. Usually I've got a light shining from the front so you can't see these fine lines, but I guess, age comes for us all. I'm very lucky. I got good genes from my parents. I think more from my mom's side, maybe, that I look kind of young, but, you can only hide it for so long. Yeah, so here's what I think. I think teaching online is a skill that every teacher should learn, and it gives us an opportunity to teach in different ways and to focus on other things. If you were in a classroom, you would have to, focus a lot on controlling the students and moving them around, and classroom management is more important. Now, if you're teaching online, it's more about keeping that focus. You don't have to worry about the kids actually interacting and bothering each other. But now you need to now you've got a lot of time to practice how you keep a student's focus. And I think that's a valuable thing to learn. Also, if you're doing online teaching, there are different activities that you can do with the students, and you have to do it in a different way. You can also evaluate them in an easy way too by using these online tests. Now, I think it's similar to going to the gym. A lot of teachers are very resistant to this new online teaching, but I think it's going to the gym. If you go to the gym, yes, you're going to work out better because the area is structured for exercising. There's equipment, other people there are focused on exercising, and you drink water. It's a healthy environment to exercise. And now, for example, what happened with me, my gym closed. So now I can't exercise at the gym. Now I have to come back home. Is it possible for me to exercise at home? Yes, but I'm going to have to do it differently. I don't have the machinery, I don't have the weights, I don't have that atmosphere of exercising, but it's definitely possible. And that's the way we have to think about online teaching. So, for example, if you compare a teacher to a trainer at a gym. If you're a trainer at a gym, you can work with someone. You can show them what exercises to do, how many to do, and how to you can motivate them to do. But teacher training, yeah, pronunciation and speaking skills. Yeah, I'm definitely not the perfect teacher, but I hope to work at it. So yeah, I'm doing a lot of things on how to help teachers to become better teachers. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I make a ton of mistakes, but all the things I learn, I would like to share with the teachers. Speaking of pronunciation, yeah, that's something that we feel is kind of difficult. Speaking skills can definitely be learned. More people have difficulty teaching pronunciation. Even for myself, if you had to ask me, Eric, how do you teach pronunciation? I would give you some ideas and some exercises, but it's not a strength of mine that I would really like to focus on. But the beauty of these things is that once you start trying to teach something to someone, like for example, um, these books and teaching toddlers how to read, that's not something I'm very good at, but I've got an image of in my head of how the perfect teacher would do that, and I've got some ideas of why it's important. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Yeah, so I've got these ideas, and because I'm studying and finding out all these resources and learning how to teach teachers about it, I'm also improving myself. So hopefully in the future, for example, if I come to Istanbul, to Turkey, and I come to your school, I've got all these ideas that I can share with them because I've been teaching myself. Okay, back to that analogy earlier of comparing a teacher to a gym instructor. So at the gym, you've got the area for exercising, and it's similar to how at a school everything is set up for learning. When students go there, they go there for focus to study. So I've been running schools for more than 40 years. Wow, Ali, whenever I spoke to you, I kind of imagined you as this young teacher, but to hear that you've got so much experience, I've got a lot of respect for teachers that stay in teaching for that long. Yeah, well, thank you so much for that compliment. I'll really take it seriously now. Yeah, so quickly talking about this uh, training teachers. So if you now that the students can't go to school to focus on learning, now they have to stay at home. Is it possible for them to learn at home? 100% yes. Students can learn at home, but now we as teachers have to find different ways for them to learn, and we have to practice different skills, right? So maybe you're going to do different exercises and you're going to communicate in a different way. Okay, guys, I'm going to start with today's topic. Today's topic is actually all about energizers. In a classroom, every teacher knows that there is an energy in the classroom. And as a teacher, you have to you're working with a lot of young teachers. How to keep 6-year-old engaged, recording myself and uploading video instead at the moment. Okay, Ali, yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, I think I'd like to talk with you because you've trained so many people. I'm sure that you have a lot of experience to share. So I'd like to chat to you in the future too. Nira, you say you're worried about Zoom and how to keep 6-year-olds engaged. Instead, you're recording yourself and you're uploading. And I think most teachers are doing that because they are afraid. You're afraid of how are you going to keep the students occupied. And I think it's really very similar to what I'm learning now about nursery rhymes. What you want to do with the kids is you want to keep their attention. You want to let them practice basic speaking. You also need to start training them for online too. Remember, it's not only new for teachers, it's also new for the learners too. Now, what I would suggest you do is, maybe you're working from a book, maybe you've got some material that you can do. Always have some toys with you. Like, for example, I've actually got some puppets and some toys. Let the students practice basic expressions. You can ask them. Some games that you can do is you can try and engage them by telling them, okay, everyone, green, touch. Everybody find something in your room that's green, and you'll see them run around and they'll grab a green hat. You can also let them play games like, okay, everybody, touch the screen, the left side, the top. Okay. You can also do something. You can actually do something like Simon Says too, where you say, stand up, sit down. In today's lesson, I've got a bunch of energizers that you can use for online teaching. But Nira, listen, unless you start doing it, you're always going to be afraid of online teaching. So I would suggest just having a basic lesson plan, some activities that you can do with the students, let them repeat it, and then just do it. Otherwise, you're always going to fear it. Now, today I'm going to share some energizers, and they might give you an idea, but stop recording yourself and start interacting with your students if it's possible. Because you know what? I'm so happy when I talk to my students on Zoom, and I can feel their energy too. Even though they are very shy and they don't want to speak, they love this interaction because right now they are sitting at home, they are bored, they want to talk to people. And instead of they only talk to their family, now they've got a chance to talk to their teacher. And that's why I'm very disappointed in many teachers that only take videos and send it to their students. Because in our university, for example, I guess out of 100 professors, maybe 5 to 10 of them are actually doing classes online. And this is such a good opportunity, to help the kids. I was talking to my students before. I was talking to my students before, and I asked them, okay, guys, and they're so energetic, they really want to learn. I asked them, okay, so how are you doing? And they're saying, oh, we're doing lots of homework. And I asked them, are you getting a lot of homework during your live classes? Are the teachers giving you a lot of homework? And they say, no. The teachers record themselves and they tell them what homework to do. So they're just studying at home or studying at a cafe and sending in assignments. They said, I'm the only one who's basically got live classes with them, and they really appreciate it. So be different. Try it out. Don't be afraid. Ali, I'm learning new things without stopping, and also our new teachers. I must say that online teaching is a perfect job. I'm sure you can make it do it. Listen, I'm all for it. Actually, you know what? I understand now why so many teachers are actually moving towards online classes. And I think, long after this epidemic, I think online teaching is here to stay and teachers need to start using it. And I'm loving my classes. A lot of people say that they are afraid of online classes, they don't enjoy it. I've been talking to my dad. My dad's been teaching online. Hi, Mom. Just talking about my dad. My dad's been teaching online English online for a year, and you can see him. He gets so energetic, and he loves talking to the kids. But that's just one-on-one. With my classes, I've got maybe 16 to 20 students that I interact with, and even though they don't get a speaking chance as much as in other classes, hello everyone. I see a lot of people join. Please say hello. If you've got any questions, put it in the comments. It's just completely today's classes. Cool kids. Yeah, that's my dad. He said he really enjoys his classes. I'm loving my online classes. The students don't get a lot of opportunities to speak, but you can feel the energy coming from them that they are enjoying it. Okay, guys, time to start with today's topic. We had someone asking about online, how to teach warmers. Now, like I was saying before, when you teach warmers or energizers, it's a way to put in some energy into your class. Now, let me give you some time when you can use warmers. Perhaps if it's at the end of the day and the students are kind of bored. In my own classrooms, I like to have something like this. Sure, I will, Ali. So when I start my class, I like to bring in a little bit of energy to wake up the students. I'm looking at myself. I should be looking in the webcam. So I like to get some energy, and then I start teaching, and then another fun activity, and then we practice, and then we do a fun activity to end the class. So you can do it when the students are tired after lunch. You can let them, sometimes after lunch, I like to let them relax and just get used to it. If the content is boring, if you feel like the students are losing focus or they're falling asleep, do something to bring in some energy. If you've been talking too much in class, sometimes a teacher just keeps on talking. So a great thing to do is have some activity to wake them up. Also, if the students are tired, if the room is too hot or too cold, you can bring some energy into it. Now, a really good one is having the students act out things. And we call this sports gallery. Basically, the teacher calls out different sports. You can say basketball, jump shot, and the students have to do that for at least 10 seconds. They have to play. And then you can say, dance like a ballerina, juggling a soccer ball, swinging a golf club, downhill skiing, serve tennis, shooting an arrow. You can play all these fun things that they have to mimic. I realize that it's very similar to Simon Says, but I'm not going to say Simon Says. It's too simple. Okay, another one you have. This is a good one. Students love animals. So tell all the students to secretly think of an animal they want to be, and then tell them to line up according to the size of the animal. So all the students, they have to, but they can't say the animal's name. They either have to make the noise, wank, wank, or they have to make a movement, and then they all have to line up, So that's a fun one to do. Another one is, this is a fun one, a very simple one you can do is count up to 20, or sometimes count down from 20. I think counting up is easier. So here's how it works. Students have to try and count from 1 to 20, but the students have to take turns to say a number. If two students say a number at the same time, you have to start from the beginning again. Now imagine this. You've got 8 to 20 students and you say, okay, everyone, count up to 20, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4. So it's, okay, we start again at 1, 2, 3. And you can see the students kind of look at each other trying to figure it out. This is a fantastic activity. Try it in your classrooms. Yeah, guys, just say hello. There are so many of you I haven't seen in a while. So try and do that. Another one you can do is, you can, students can see a picture and they have to explain to a partner how to draw it. Okay, now this is a fun one. So it's about to come. Yeah, Migam. Yeah, exactly. You're saying that we all knew we could expect online teaching to come, but we didn't think it was because of this epidemic. Now, the funny thing is, a couple of months ago, I started learning about online teaching. I interviewed a few people, and my plan was to do a lot of videos focusing on online teaching because I thought this was going to become important. But instead of talking and doing those videos, I got interested in other topics, and I said, okay, I'll leave this to the side. I'll start focusing on other things. I remember I was talking to a lot of people about it, and I was planning lots of content about it. And then I got interested in something else, and I said, okay, let's do this. And now I really regret it. I really regret not doing it. So now I have to refocus. Okay, so Nera, another thing you can do is ask the students. So just start doing your online classes and ask the students to use their bodies. You can say, okay, everyone, I want you to spell out the word to coconut, and they have to do COCON. They have to try and do it with you. Or you can ask students to do it with you, and you can use other words too. You can spell out a word and they have to kind of guess. Or you can tell them, okay, I want each you put them into groups and you tell them you want them to think of a word. So let's say you put the students into groups of 4 and you say, okay, think of a 4-letter word, tank, and they each have to do a sign for that. Okay. You can make it a competition too. You can put them into groups of 4 and say, first group to make a tank, or what's another 4-letter word? Rake. So whatever you want to do. I think that's a good idea. I just thought about that competition anyway. Okay, names in the air. You can ask students to write names in the air. Okay, this is a fun one. I'm going to tell you another fun one. Tell the students to pick 2 people, friend A and friend B. When you say now, they have to try and move closer. Hi, who's here? Kunde saying he. Pop song. Hi. Good to see you. BTS. Okay, that's the Wait, no. What is that? What is that? Gongdae saying ni? My Korean's not good enough. I need to read that. Who is that? Oh, it's definitely someone I know, either one of my students or one of my friends. Um, so, oh yeah, so A and B person. So you've got two people. The students have to think of two friends, friend A and friend B. Then when you say go, they have to move towards person A and move away from person B. They have to try and get as far away from person B to get close to person A without saying and without grabbing each other. Then, when you say switch, they have to switch and move away from A to B. It's a really fun thing, and you can imagine it happening. Hi, Alex. This is Henry from Thailand. Well, thank you so much for joining. Henry, it's so good to have you. Do you have any questions? Anybody, if you have. Oh, Tom. Hi, Tom. Oh, it's Tom. Tom, why do you have a different name? You've got a Korean name. Okay. Wow. Thank you for joining. Tom is a colleague of mine. I think it's that Tom. Is it a different Tom? Henry, if you have any questions or if you have anything to share, put it down below. I'm just talking about some games for activities to do with the students to get them to get excited. Okay, another one is banana game. You let the students make a circle. Actually, I've got a few circle games for you. You let the students stand in a circle. One student stands in the middle. Then they close their eyes and you give someone a ball or banana to hold. And then while the person is in the middle, they have to try and look around and find the person with the object behind their backs. And they should try and move it around while the person in the middle is trying to look for them. That's a really fun one. Oh, no, finished to take a bath, no problem. Hope it was a good bath. I haven't had a bath in ages. I'm always just constantly showering. Okay, a really good one is, it's very simple, but sometimes these very simple games get students excited and energetic. There's one, what is, I think Christina told me about something to say where they have to act like a bird, bird, and then not a bird. So you would say an animal name, and if it's a bird, they have to act like a bird, and if it's not a bird, they have to stop. She had a word for that. Another one you can do is tides in, tides out. So let the students stand in a line. When you say tides in, they have to jump forward. If you say tides out, they have to jump back. If you say tides out, they actually lose it. Oh, Philippines. Okay. Oh, you're from Thailand and you're working in the Philippines. Okay. Are you in Manila? Are you in Cebu? Actually, these days, I went to the Philippines for my last vacation. I made a lot of friends, so many good people. I've been there 2 or 3 times now, and twice, and every time I have an amazing experience. I really enjoy it. Okay, so if you say tides out, if you do it twice, they're out. So that it's really fun for them. Another one, just randomly, and you can do this for online teaching. Just tell them touch something blue, and they have to touch something blue. Touch something round. Just give them things to touch. Okay, now this one is a little bit difficult, but this is also miming. Students have to lie and mime something. So you go to the first student, you say, student, what are you doing? And then they have to say, I'm catching fish, but then they're actually checking the time, or they're writing. So they have to mime an action, but they have to lie. Then the next person has to continue their lie. I'm writing, and then they should be doing jumping jacks, or they should be tying their shoe, or they should be playing tennis. And then the person has to continue like that with the students. As an English teacher, lucky to have the strategy. Oh yeah, Henry, if you've got anything to add, please do. I'm just going through things that I think are kind of good. Now, most of these activities might need a little bit of space. For example, do you remember a fun activity? I'm just sharing some fun activities that I think are different, that a lot of people don't know yet. But do you remember Knots of People, where you hold hands with friends, but you have to hold hands with different friends, and then you're all knotted, and you have to like move around to do that. That's a fun one to do if you have enough space. Um, I think you can when I had younger students, especially early in the morning, I would have a morning routine of stretches and things to do. I would say, okay, everyone jumping jacks, or flap your arms like a bird, or okay, make scissors, or do some stretching. We did a lot of stretching. You can do some yoga stretching, or I would say, okay, everybody stand on your feet, or keep a pose is fun. So you can tell the students, I want you to keep this yoga pose like this. The last one standing wins, and they would do that. So that's also really good for them. Now, I'm going to teach you a very special game. I've been saving this game for a special occasion, and you guys are going to be the first people to see this game. Are you ready? And guys, just say hello if you're new here. I'm going to teach you a very special game. This Energizer is called Rock, Scissor, Paper Evolution. And this is very popular, especially in Korea, where we do a rock. Is it rock, scissor, paper, rock, paper, scissors? Because in Korea, we mix it around. It should be rock, paper, scissors, but in Korea, we say rock, scissor, papers. Right? Rock, scissor, paper. Yeah? Okay. Anyway, rock, scissor, paper evolution works like the following. The students start as small eggs, and they have to go around as eggs, and then they play rock, scissor, paper. If they win, they can grow up and become a chicken, and they have to walk around the class, rock, scissor, paper, a new friend. And if they lose, they stay the same. But if they win, they evolve again. So the first step is an egg, a chicken. Then they become a dinosaur, and they have to be a dinosaur walking around the class. And then they play again. If you win the next match, then you grow up to be a monkey, and they have to be a monkey. And then after a monkey, they become a super cool human being. And when they're a human being, they can do human being things, right? You can show your muscles, or you can do human things. Sorry, I'm looking at my video and checking that. Gabrielle, how you doing from Argentina? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm just talking about some energizers. I know I've had a few questions, but I thought just having sometimes in class, right? You don't really know what to do with the students, and you just need something to bring back the energy. So I'm just sharing some ideas for it, not the normal ones, some interesting ones. So yeah. Oh, by the way, so this one, so it's we're talking about rock, scissors, paper. How are you doing, by the way, Gabrielle? Do you have any questions? How are things in your country? Are you doing okay? And Megam, I'll get to your question about online teaching and speaking. No, wait, you were asking about listening activities and speaking activities. I'll do some more activities specifically for online. That's what I'm going to focus on. But first, I have to finish with the Zoom course. I'm busy with the Zoom course for Udemy with Christina. And then this Friday, I have the Fish and Fisherman game. How does that go? The Fish and Fisherman game. How does that one go? You have to let us know. And then what was I saying? Oh yeah, and this Friday I have a lot. I have to do. You won't see this, but I've got this book, this box of books to actually work with, and it's all books for toddlers. And I have to do a seminar on how to read to toddlers. So yeah, that's going to be fun. How do you think about free talking program for Korean university students? Just like free talking, yeah, I think, well, actually, I do ESC at university. So at university, we have ESC where students can come into class and just talk. And I think that's fine when students are a certain level and they have many things they want to talk about and they're not shy. But for the most part, people need direction. So it's good to have a topic or a game or activity pre-planned for them that they can use. It's also good if you use the students' experience. For example, I like to have students show a picture of what they've been doing. or their Instagram, or something interesting they read, a funny video. They have to share something about themselves or their experience of life to make it interesting. A free talking program for university students online. I'll have to think about that. If once it moves online, I'm sure it's possible, but then you're going to have strict topics. Also, I'm working on I've got a lot of questions. I've got these question papers that you can use. Okay, where was I? Okay. I'm talking about energizers that you can use in your classroom. Migam is writing down the fish and fisherman's game. And another one you can do is, if the students have a lot of energy, is let them march on place in front of their desk. And then you say, okay, everyone, I want you to start wiggling your fingers. Fingers wiggle, and they have to wiggle their fingers. And then the next one, they have to wiggle their fingers and their wrists. Okay, and they just love this. And then the next part of forearms too, fingers, wrists, and forearms. And then the next one, it's their arms. They have to wriggle their arms. Tell them not to hit each other, because some boys will just go crazy and hit each other. Okay, and they're still marching in place. They're still doing that. And then you have to do their shoulders too. I hope nobody comes into the live stream and sees this. And then finally, they have to do their rib cage and their shoulders. And I think that's really fun. And then once they're doing that, you have to take them back. Okay, now keep the rib cage, shoulders still, arms, and then you finish. Okay, that's just a fun one to keep them busy. Yeah, how about you guys? Do you have any questions? I know that I had another question. I'm saving some of these for later. Yeah, the online classes, I want to really share some other ones too. Let me quickly go to the channel and see what it is. Here we go, community. Yeah, I'm going to make a lot more videos on activities we can do for that. So here we also had Zoom. Belen asked for Zoom activities. I'll definitely do that, Belen. It's important. Migam, you asked for listening and speaking rights. Karina, this one's for you. And then Sona asked about how to prepare for teaching interviews. And I think that's something I'm very passionate about, also teaching students how to prepare for interviews. I think I'm okay with that. So I'll do it. Migam, we're still waiting for the fisherman game. I'm very curious. Okay, let's see. Another one we can use. I wrote down some ideas here, so just give me a second to do. Do I have any sample videos? Sample videos for what? For online classes? Because I just told the story on Thursday. I did a whole video. I shot 15 minutes explaining how to do online classes. And then I said, it was so right before one of my online classes, I said, so many people are asking me about how to do online classes. Why not show them? And 15 minutes before the class started, I started talking about online classes. And the class started, and it's one of those classes where everything just went so well. It was funny, it was interesting. The students worked well. We finished the class, and I stopped the recording. And afterwards, I had some coffee, and I went back and I looked at the video, and my sound was missing. And I was so disappointed. So I think tomorrow, I've got class at 1 o'clock or 1 p.m. I think I'll do it again. Just to help out. So yeah, for classroom energizers, sample videos, no. But I will make one in the future. Maybe do a top 10 or a top 20. I like my top 10 and top 20 videos. It's so easy, these listicles, because you can rank them. Yeah, so Henry, what I usually do is, what I like doing is, so for my live streams, I ask a question and then I write everything down. I see Migam answered. I'm going to read that now. So I write down all my ideas, and then in the future, I can make a video on these things. So I will make one for the future, if that's okay. The other thing is, I could, a lot of people have asked me to do these videos in class with my students, but it's difficult, especially without the students' consent. I don't want to go into a class and say, okay, everyone, let's do these games for my YouTube channel. You know, maybe in ESC I can try, but I think for now I just explain it. Okay, Migam. Fisherman group catches fish group. Fishermen pick a number and count up to that number while the fish group walk around inside. Okay, so the fishermen pick a number and count up to the number. So let's say 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the fish are inside and they catch them. I can see it working, but so do the fish have a number? Do they have a secret number? And the fishermen throw in, or do they have, if they're walking around, let's say in a circle, and the fishermen say a number, they bring them back up. I really like this idea. I'm going to play around with some ways to make it work, but it's almost like, you know, it's like a catching game, almost a mafia style where everybody gets chosen. It's like that where you catch the fish at either at different times, or each fish has a different number. I think could work too. Or I'm guessing you've got a different way to use it. Okay, where was I? Mingle. Yeah, one of the easy ones is you get the students to take a ball, they roll it, a paper, and they roll it up into a ball, and then you get them with a partner. They have to pick it up. First, they have to pick it up elbow to elbow, and then they have to pick it up knee to knee and put it onto the desk. So they put it on the floor, and they have to pick it up and put it on their forehead. So forehead to the back of the head. I know this has nothing to do with English teaching, but I think these are just, if you suddenly just need something, it's something to look into. Okay, I think the easiest thing, and I'm going to finish with this activity, and I think every teacher does this activity at some point. It's like musical chairs, but the stand-up version. So you see if you have a video, because the students need to teach step by step. I see. Yeah, so maybe this year, if I can talk to my students, maybe if I'll do some more example videos with students that I can practice it with. I see a lot of people want that because I can explain something, but it's easier if you see how it's being done. Okay, I'll do that in the future, if that's okay. Okay, Migam, like musical chairs, but the stand-up version, I like that. I've got some other ideas for musical chairs too that I wanted to share with you, but I kind of forgot. But I want to, did I write it down? I have some other ideas, some good ideas. No, I didn't write it down. But I'm going to finish with this last activity I want to talk about. And that is, usually teacher can tell the students to do something. It's like Simon says, but you're going to ask them to do certain things. So run on place as if a big scary bear is chasing you. Walk like you're walking through pudding, or jump in place as if you're popcorn popping. Reach up and grab balloons out of the air. Play the drums like you're in a marching band. Paint as if paint as if the paintbrush is on your head. It's these silly things that you get. Swim as if you're swimming in yogurt, and you'll see the occasional child lick the pool. So you make things fun for the students. Shake your body as if you're a wet dog. Move on the floor like you're ice skating. These are all ideas that we as teachers should have in the back of our pockets in case a class gets boring. Yeah, okay, guys, I think I'm going to finish there with Energizers. Next week, I'll do a new topic. If you have anything you want to finish on, I've been live streaming for an hour now, but it's so good to see you all again. They hold hands and make a circle, and they have to catch the fish like a net, I'm guessing. Yeah, Migam, I'll talk to you more about this fisherman idea. I think there are so many great ideas out there, but sometimes as teachers, you know, we kind of forget about these activities, but we should always have some in our back pockets. Yeah, okay, everyone, is there anything you want to say? I need to finish this up. I've got to make a PowerPoint for my presentation on Friday. I hope you all have good classes. I know that most of you are online, or fish don't know the number, so they move in and out of the circle. I like that. That's a good one. And then the fish, I know another thing you do is, let's say the fishermen, they're in a circle and they have to hold up their hands, and the fish have to go in or out. That might be something fun too. And then they have to bring it down and catch them. That'll be funny. Yeah, no, I think so many creative ideas of things to do. Hess, hi. Yeah, it's so good to see you. Man, it's so nice to be back. I've got a lot of things to talk to you guys about. Yeah, the next 2 weeks I'll be very busy, but after that I'll be back to making more videos. Hopefully tomorrow I'll put out a new video. If you have any requests or anything you want to talk about, on the Etiquette Facebook group, join the Etiquette Facebook group if you're not there yet. Post any questions, or if you find an interesting article, or if you want to talk about something, please put it on there. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for joining. As always, I love to see you all here. And yeah, hopefully, I shared something that you can use in the future. Everyone, have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic week. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I have to go and work now. Bye-bye. I was waiting a little bit longer. Okay, have a good day.